ain't soft. Ain't nobody watching me. I heard about the man in the sky, but he probably fell.
What does it mean to serve? I feel like as believers we've not really grabbed that concept. Or when we think of serving these days, we think of it's kind of selfish, if that makes sense. But when we look at scripture in Ephesians 6:7, it says, work with enthusiasm as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. And when I think of the scripture, it makes me think of like my own life, where I've gone wrong and where I've fallen short when it comes to serving in ministry and whatnot. And even as you keep on reading, it says servants serve your masters as though you were serving the Lord, that kind of thing. In other translations, that's what it says. And yeah, I feel like sometimes when we think of working, we forget that we're actually working for the Lord. And then even Paul says in First Corinthians 9:19 to 23, where he says from 19 to 23, Paul kind of goes into telling us that wherever he goes, he kind of submits himself to the way they do things, to their laws, even though he's not under the law, but he submits himself to learn how they do things so he can serve them. Jesus knew that the Father had given him authority over everything, and that he had come from God and would return to God. So he got up from the table, took off his robe, wrapped a towel around his waist, and poured water into a basin. Then he began to wash the disciples' feet. What interests me in this scripture is it says Jesus knew that the Father had given him everything. So it comes out that it kind of sounds that serving comes from a place of knowing your identity in a way. So when you know who you are, you're more humble to serve. You don't worry about it. Like Jesus knew what he had, so serving for him was not an issue. It's like, yo, washing these guys' feet doesn't mean anything because I'm still the King of Kings. Kind of thing. He knew who he was. But sometimes, yeah, and that really hit me, because to think about it serving like that the fact that scripture describes that, yo, Jesus knew who he was. So serving for him was not an issue. Makes me tap back and ask myself, yo, do you know who you are when it comes to serving and whatnot? How do you find serving? Sometimes in my own ministry, I'm in ministry, and sometimes in life, I'm like, I remember when I was in part-time work, I just wanted to leave the place. I didn't like my manager. I didn't want to serve the manager well. I didn't want to do all these things. But then you hear scriptures like this, and it's really convicting. And I said, yo, you have to serve in ministry. You have to be where. And I love what Paul says. Well, from 1 Corinthians, you see that Paul did not actually go to play. Like God took him to those places, and wherever he was, he submitted himself to serve. And sometimes even I've seen this in my own life, where I'll go to different places and I'm like, yo, I don't think I agree with how you do things, so I don't think I want to serve you here, kind of thing. But it's like, yo, God placed you here to serve, kind of thing. Sometimes I find myself running away from those responsibilities. Like, yo, you just have to submit yourself, learn the way they do things. And like Paul did not conform. Like even Romans 4 says, yo, do not conform to the ways of this world. And he didn't do that. He didn't conform. He knew who he was. He just served them, keeping his purity and his holiness, kind of thing. So yeah, you can serve in a place even though you may not agree exactly probably with the doctrines or whatnot there, but you can actually be in a place and serve, because God has placed you there to serve. And if you like, just honor the Lord by just serving, man. So yeah, today I just wanted to speak to you about just serving. And yeah, man, just serve the Lord with all your heart, yeah, and with all your soul.